Hey, what's up? This is Drew. So for this video, we're going to go through Western Conference playoff predictions. In a video coming out later this week, I'll probably go through Eastern Conference predictions. But let's jump in. So at number 1, I have the Clippers. I'm not sure how much explanation this needs. I mean, they're a really great team. They've got a lot of depth with Lou Will, Montrez, Pat Bev. The one knock I could see against them is that they'll probably have some load management with Kawhi and PG. It looks like PG is not starting the season as is, and I could definitely see them playing like 60 or so games each, which might hurt their chances of getting the 1 seed. But I still think it'll be enough for them to get up there. There'll at least be 1 or 2. And speaking of 2, I have the Houston Rockets. Now, this team's a big question mark. I definitely don't think they're the second best team in the West, but I think that they'll win a lot of regular season games. Between Harden and Westbrook, they got a lot of talent on that team, and Westbrook goes all out a lot of the time. So I could definitely see them winning a lot of regular season games, but they don't have as much potential as, say, the Lakers, who have at 3. The Lakers probably have the most potential out of any team in the NBA. They added AD, of course, as well as Danny Green and a few other pieces. But I really just don't see them, or specifically LeBron, going all out during the regular season. So I don't think they'll be at the top spot, but I definitely think they could be. They got a good chance at winning the whole thing. Number 4, I've got the Denver Nuggets, taking a bit of a step back from last year when they added number 2 overall. I could definitely see Jamal Murray taking a big jump, but the rest of the West just got so much more competitive, so much more talented that I think that they'll finish around number 4. As well as they acquired Jeremy Grant, which I thought was a really underrated trade as well. Not super underrated, but it was a good trade. Number 5, I have the Utah Jazz. It feels wrong to have the Jazz so low, but with them getting Bojan Bogdanovic and Mike Conley, which I think Mike Conley was a really underrated trade for them. I guess a lot of people have been saying that it's underrated though, so maybe it's not that underrated. Anyways, last year they got like 50 or so wins, and they should definitely get more, but with how good the West has gotten, I have them at about 5. I could definitely see them much higher. I could see them as high as 1, to be honest. Number 6, I have the Warriors. Of course, Kevin Durant left, and Klay Thompson will be out until at least the All-Star break. So it's really a question of how much faith you have in Steph Curry and D'Angelo Russell. It's pretty much the only 2 main scoring options on that team to get it done, to get enough wins. Could we see 2016 Steph again? We don't know. But I think that they'll at least make the playoffs. But I mean, it's possible that they don't even make that jump. I think that Willie Cauley-Stein they got him at a really good value, so he'll help the team. He's facing some sort of injury right now, so he's not going to start with them. And any amount of time off is a long time in the Western Conference, where you have like 12 teams vying for the playoffs. Number 7, I have the Trailblazers. They're missing Nurkic, but I still think they're a playoff lock. You can't count out Damian Lillard or CJ McCollum. I could definitely see them being much higher. Maybe I'm sleeping on the Trailblazers, but I think they're definitely a playoff lock in a Western Conference where it feels like there's like 11 playoff locks, like I said, but they're a legitimate lock in the top 8. The 8th spot is a little more difficult. The contenders are Spurs, Kings, Mavs. I think realistically, it's hard to count out the Spurs. I mean, they've been a playoff team since before I was born. So it's hard to say they're not just going to make it, especially with they got Murray coming back. And then I'm higher on DeMar DeRozan than the average fan. But I actually have the Kings coming in at 8. I think with Luke Walton, and I think Dwayne Dedmon was a really underrated pickup. They'll have some rim protection, and he can knock down some threes for them, which they'll need, considering Marvin Bagley is almost certainly going to start over Bjelica. Another thing is I think Bagley could have a major jump. I could see that coming, as he only got like 10th or so in minutes played in rookies last year. I think that he hasn't really been given the time to shine. And then also I could see Fox taking another leap, maybe not as big as he took last year, but I think he could take a leap. So I'd have the Kings. There may be some bias there as I'm from Sacramento, And then the last one to talk about is the Mavs. I think a big part of the question is Kristaps Porzingis' health. I mean, if he can play 82 games for them, we know how good Luka Doncic is. Luka Doncic is great. So they have a real chance of making the playoffs too, but it'll be seen. But that's my list. So I'm picking the Kings at 8. So here's hoping. And yeah, that's it for the Western Conference. And I'm probably going to come out with a video on the Eastern Conference later in the week. So get back to that. Peace.